Hello and welcome to the Sunday Guardian show by Joyeeta Basu. I'm the editor of the newspaper, the Sunday Guardian. Today I have with me my colleague Dibendu Mondol. Today we are going to discuss one of his stories that we published in the Sunday Guardian this week. The headline is about BJP confident it is bouncing back in Bengal. Now this story is in the context of what happened in the state recently, where the BJP, after the innumerable corruption scandals that tumbled out of the TMC's closet, the BJP decided to have some kind of a march to the state secretariat known as Nabanno. And so they started this march called Nabanno Cholo, meaning let us go to Nabanno. But surprisingly, what the Mamata Banerjee government did is that they, instead of allowing the BJP to carry out peaceful marches from all over the state and to congregate in Calcutta, somewhere in the vicinity of the secretariat, instead of doing that, what they did was that they tried to stop the political party and their cadre from even coming anywhere near Calcutta. So what they started doing was that they started arresting people. They would not allow people to board the train, maybe even in North Bengal, which is the other side of Bengal. And so people started finding different ways of trying to reach. And the police, what they did in response, they erected barriers on National Highway. They dug up the National Highway, erected barriers, and ultimately what happened, the whole thing degenerated into major violence. BJP also reacted when the police started taking very strong action against them. The BJP also reacted. The police was beaten up. Some police vehicle was set on fire. The police also behaved in a very ruthless manner. And then there was a major scuffle. There was anger. Senior BJP leaders got beaten up. It was all over Twitter. Now the whole idea was that, you see, if this thing had stayed, if the state government, instead of trying to what is a legitimate protest, allowed it to continue, this thing would not have been escalated. It wouldn't have made any news. I mean, we sitting in Delhi perhaps would not even have heard of it. But because of all this violence and the scuffle, what happened is that this became national news and all TV channels were flashing it. And now the BJP believes, as Dibendu is saying in his story, the BJP believes that this has been, this is a shot in the arm for them, and they are confident, seeing the response of its cadre, seeing the response of the people, it is confident that the BJP is on its way, it's bouncing back. Now here, before I ask Dibendu to speak about, one more thing I need to say here, and that is, say for example, if you have noticed what has been going on in Bengal, after there was much buzz in the 2021 assembly elections that the BJP would come to power. The BJP did not come to power, but it did score a very decent number of seats. It got over 70, I think 75 seats BJP got. And of course, Mamata Banerjee got over 212 or 13 seats. Now, after that time, there was so much, and then post that, there was huge violence. Huge violence, and BJP cadre, BJP voters were beaten up. Allegedly, according to them, it was done allegedly by the Trinamool people. And after that, ever since, BJP has gone completely quiet in Bengal, and to the extent that it is being said that it is perhaps ceding the opposition space to the left. Now, and in fact, we have been hearing about the left saying things like, oh, now we will be the main opposition. We are the ones who are going to pose a challenge to Mamata Banerjee, and especially at a time when the government, Mamata Banerjee's government, has been cornered because of the corruption issue, the issue of corruption. So the voters will look at us as an alternative. This is what the CPM is saying. So that is why Dibendu's story is saying this is a very significant what happened last week, and that, this is why they are saying that this is the way path to their recovery. Now, Dibendu, if you can please explain to our
Yes.
viewers what you are talking about.
So, as you said, CPIM thinking that they are going to revive themselves in the state is a fallacy. I don't see any I don't see any such circumstances where CPM can come to take the opposition space. Having said that, the BJP's Navanna Chalo Abhiyan, people's sources within the BJP, leaders, district leaders, senior leaders within the BJP do believe, according to their assessment also, that they did get a massive response in terms of the Navanna Chalo Abhiyan, where people from across Bengal, and this did not happen. This success that BJP, which they are claiming today after the Nabanna Chalo Abhijan, that this did not happen overnight. The BJP worked for about 1.5 months in every district, in every organizational district of the party, where party president or a senior level leader of the party went there, camped for some time, did rallies and talk shows with the people, with the cadre, to reach to every people or every worker in the booth of the BJP who were active during the 2021 Vidhan Sabha elections. And as you rightly mentioned, a lot of BJP's current that we saw during 2021 went down post the violence that happened in May 2021. So after that, the BJP went into a deep slumber. We have reported about it many a times. But then people were thinking, especially the cadres in Bengal, were thinking that the central BJP is not anymore interested in Bengal. But with the appointment of Sunil Bansal, somebody like Sunil Bansal, a very senior leader who was one of the architect of BJP's win in Uttar Pradesh, where Yogi Adityanath came back for the second time, the appointment of Satish Dhund as one of the Prabharis of Bengal, the appointment of Mangal Pandey. So Bengal has a lot of people from the center who are going to Bengal and keeping an eye on what is happening, because we have also reported earlier as a lot of infighting were happening to. So the BJP is now aiming that they need to get at least 16 seats from Bengal in the 2024 elections. And if they leave the party to what it is today, they will not even get 5 seats. So which is why I believe this is one of their first revival path. And the party believes that they have worked hard for 1 month, in fact more than a month, where, as I mentioned earlier, they have gone to district level, they have gone to booth level, block level, and have galvanized their support and have been able to bring some workers out who had gone underground post the 2021 election results. They have been able to bring some amount of workers out from their homes and to the streets, and that is why what we saw in Nabanno was, they believe, a remarkable feat that they have achieved.
Yes, exactly. Now, when Dibendu is talking about 16 seats, let's not forget, when we are talking about the Lok Sabha elections, in the Lok Sabha elections in 2019, out of 42 seats, BJP got 18 and Trinamool got 22. So that means 40 seats, and 2 seats went to the Congress. Now, there has been a lot of speculation in terms of, I mean, so basically, it was almost a 50-50 situation, or at least 60-40, 55-40 situation, 45 situation. So it gave a very close fight. Now the thing is, you see, but after that, that really did not translate into that many seats, because if BJP had been able to put up that kind of a performance of what they did in the Lok Sabha, if they could translate it into that performance in the assembly, they would have won at least 120 assembly seats, which they did not. They fell short by about 50 seats, 70, 75 they got at that time in assembly. So that was why there was so much, I mean, I would say, depression among the cadre in BJP, that they could not repeat that kind of a performance in the assembly elections. But let's not forget, I mean, any state for that matter, they do not vote the same way they have done in Lok Sabha and the assembly. They often tend to decide, according to the leadership. So even if they say maybe in the Lok Sabha they will vote for Prime Minister Modi, if they do not find a strong face against Mamata Banerjee in the assembly elections, they will possibly, the same people will go and vote for Mamata Banerjee. That is how it works in elections. So, but even then, a loss of around 50 assembly seats, I mean, that means a lot. So I would say 50, meaning if you're talking about loss of 50 would mean, or 40, 45, at least 8 to loss of 8 to
Right.
9 Lok Sabha
Sabha
seats.
seats, right.
8, at least 7 or 8 Lok Sabha seats. Now what happens when if you lose 7, if we calculate according to that, then what is happening? BJP's tally is going down to 10 or 9 or 10 or something like that, which is would be a disastrous performance for the party, and it's a state where they believe there is a lot of potential. So that is one of the reasons why that they are so serious about this state. In fact, Dibendu talked about these, I think 4 people
Right.
are being sent to the state. At the same time, even the BJP is also sending central ministers. I think 3 or 4 central ministers
Right.
have been asked completely to concentrate. One of the leading ones is, of course, Smriti Irani. They have been asked to completely concentrate on West Bengal in the run-up to the 2024 elections. Now, apart from that, you see the problem with the Mamata Banerjee's government right now is in trouble. It is in trouble because of the humongous corruption cases that are coming out. I mean, as we have said earlier also, we have mentioned in this this particular broadcast earlier also, we have said that that cash, that literally the people seeing the cash, mounds and mounds of cash tumbling out of her party leader's closet, that has really affected the psyche of Bengal. People are upset. Now what is happening is, you see, the problem with politics in Bengal, it's not like any quote unquote normal any other state. I mean, violence is in the DNA of Bengal politics, and a lot of strong arm tactics are adopted over there to ensure that the opposition does not find a voice. So opposition is muzzled. It's a very difficult, violence prone state. And as a result of which, what has happened, you see, people were thinking that, BJP has disappeared and left. Okay, I agree to an extent that yes, the left may not find that kind of space, but the left is trying to carry out, ground level work they have also started to do. So their left is actually believing, I have talked to some CPM people, they believe that they will emerge as the main opposition in Bengal. But at the same time, so in this context, when you are looking at the BJP Karyakartas, BJP workers coming out, and if you have seen the videos that are circulating on WhatsApp and Twitter and on social media, in particular, if you see the videos, the anger of the people, okay, it seems that is something. I mean, that the dam is just waiting to burst. I mean, Bengal is, if you're looking at it in terms of people's anger, people are furious with what is going on. We may not always understand what is happening, but sometimes an event like this, like it happened last week, there was a lot of anger on the streets. Okay. Now the thing is, you see, this is what the BJP is trying to tap into. Now, you see, yes, and at the same time, if you're looking at the Trinamool, what the Trinamool has done is that Trinamool has, served this issue to the BJP on a platter. First of all, in terms of corruption, the humongous allegations of corruption against the TMC, bad governance, that's another major allegation against TMC. And the other thing is that after that, what they have done is they have, by trying to stop this march, they have given a big issue to the BJP, seeing that, how democracy does not work. Yeah, Diben, you want to say something?
Yeah, so I would like to add on to this that the BJP, as we were seeing, being silent for a couple of, for the last 1.5 years, is slowly, the central BJP has appointed the right people, as you said, at least 4 people in Bengal. So they have been holding training camps. We had reported in our newspaper about it. There was a 3-day camp that was held in Vedic village in Calcutta. That was to prep the leaders and the senior leaders, MLAs, MPs, that listen, go to your booth, go to your people, speak to them, revive the party. Because we also have to understand that that Bengal for BJP is a very important state. And why is it important is because not only because BJP wants to score a significant number of seats, but also politically it will benefit BJP because it's a bordering state. And we have been hearing numerous reports about how the borders of Bengal are not being able to be controlled completely because my sources in the BSF do tell me that how the West Bengal police do not cooperate with them. So in such a situation, in terms of national security, also the BJP wants Bengal to be in their kitty because they believe it will help in the national interest. Moreover, for the Lok Sabha tally to keep the BJP in the numbers of profitable numbers in the Lok Sabha, the BJP would require at least 16 seats, as I said, from Bengal. So the panchayat elections are coming, but I don't think the panchayat election would be a crucial indicator to what the BJP is being able to revive itself or not, because as we know how these local body elections in Bengal do take place. But having said this, I believe the four centrally appointed people who have, especially Mr. Sunil Bansal, who has been appointed, will be looking into Bengal very seriously, and I'm told that the central leaders are keeping a very close watch on what is happening in Bengal. All the leaders have been asked to bring out to end all differences with their party colleagues, to bring people out. Also, interestingly, Sunil Bansalji had recently said that we have to accept people from other parties into BJP, and they will have to be given bigger roles, and there should not be any jealousy within the party leaders saying that, oh, we are old guard and new guard. The difference between this old guard and new guard seriously needs to end within the BJP for them to prosper and to not damage each other and because of this infighting. So I believe going forward, we'll have to wait and watch how this Nabanno Chalo Abhiyan actually benefits the BJP, because the party needs to really hold it for some time now.
And if I can make one last point, the thing is, you see, the feeling among BJP supporters and BJP workers in Bengal has been that central BJP is giving up on the state, okay, that they are no longer interested in this particular state after they could not come to power. So they are no longer interested in that state. Now what happened with the Nabanno Chalo Abhiyan is that that feeling of being, that these voters and these workers, they have been feeling about, they have been sidelined, that they do not matter anymore, that has been able to, the BJP, I think, has been able to overcome. Although even now, I keep hearing from people in Bengal that we need a face. We don't have a face in the BJP so that we can go and vote for it. The thing is, you see, after this, so if Nabanno Chalo Abhiyan has given BJP a kind of shot in the arm, it has to be seen how they can sustain this momentum, because this cannot be just a one day thing. It cannot be a one-off thing that happens one day and then we forget, and then they forget. It does not work like that. They have to sustain this momentum, because in less than 2 years, the Lok Sabha elections will come up, and if the BJP has to even go anywhere near 18 seats that it got the last time, it will have to really work hard. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.